Good evening, dear participants. I'm happy and honored to be here as a resource person to just discuss the topic chi-square test with you all. I hope you all had a very fruitful and a wonderful session all these 6 days. And this 7th day also, we'll be learning one more tool in the SPSS, that is chi-square test. So I'm Dr. Excelce, Assistant Professor from the Department of Management, and I'll be sharing you we all know what is chi-square test, but in SPSS, through SPSS, how we can simplify the calculation and how we can interpret the data. That is what we are going to see. So I'll be just explaining what is chi-square test and what is the basic theory related to that, and then we'll be working out we'll be applying the data with the help of the worksheet. We'll be working and seeing the chi-square test, and at the end, I'll be showing you how to write the interpretation if we get a particular result. So now we will move on to the topic. Before starting, I'd like to start with the quote. The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice. So this is a quote given by Brain Herbert. So you all have taken a very good choice of learning new things. So with this quote, I'm going to start today's session. So generally, we all know that in the statistical tool, in the non-parametric test, chi-square is one of the non-parametric tests. Now we will see in detail why we are using the chi-square test in our research data. So chi-square test, it is a statistical test used to compare observed and expected results. Can any one of you tell me, or you can put it in the chat box, you can unmute and tell, so far in 6 classes you have attended the session. So what is compared and observed result?
Dear participants, just in case if you wish to participate in ma'am's question, you can unmute yourself and share the answer.
Okay, hope this is a general question. I myself, yes.
Ma'am, observed is the data which we have got, ma'am.
Yes, very good, ma'am.
Expected is the data which we have to compare. It may be from the table value, like that.
Yes. Actually, very good, ma'am. Thank you. Observed data is the data which we got as the output, and the expected is before applying the tool. Before applying the tool, we expect some result. So that result is known as expected result, and what we got is the actual result. So this chi-square test will help us to that is statistically find out, is there any relationship between the observed data and the expected data, whether both are having association or whether both are not associated with each other or both are irrelevant. So this test will help us to find out the relationship or association or significance easily. The chi-square test, it is a test of independence which determines whether there is an association or relationship or significance among two variables. Now, one more question I have. What are the different types of variable? Okay, here there is an association between, in the screen itself you can see there is an association between categorical variable. We are going to take only categorical variable. What is categorical variable? In the second day, I think you would have learned about this.
It's nominal and ordinal.
Nominal and ordinal, very good. So what is the other one?
Interval and ratio or
non-interval. Yes, very good. Interval and ratio, that is a scale. Under scaling it will come. So that we are not going to compare in the chi-square test. For that we will be using the other tests. So here in chi-square test we are going to see, is there any association between the categorical variables. Hope you will understand. So which type of variable we are going to take for this test, or for a particular type of data what we have collected. This means whether this chi-square can be used or not, you can compare with the help of categorical variable. So you know what is categorical variable, that is ordinal and nominal variables. So we are going to, either you can take to ordinal or nominal variable, or you can take to nominal variable. That is, anyways, it is up to our choice depending upon the data and the research we can select. So here we are going to find out only we are going to take only the categorical variables, that is ordinal and nominal. So this test is also known as chi-square test of association. Mainly we are going to find out, suppose if we are taking ordinal and nominal values, is there any association between those two values? We are going to see that only. So as we all know, this chi-square test is a non-parametric test, and which is otherwise known as distribution free test. Why we are calling this as distribution free test? We all know that non-parametric means there is no parameter set for the particular values or variables which we have chosen for this analysis. So that is what we call it as a non-parametric test. So here, the other name, or we can call it as other name, or we can even call it as a distribution free test, because we are not setting any parameter. It is distribution free test. So why we are using this chi-square test? Mainly for three reasons. One is independence of attribute. Second one is goodness of fit. Third one is it helps in testing for homogeneity. What is the meaning of independence of attribute? We will see. The main purpose why we are using chi-square test is independence of attribute, goodness of fit, and homogeneity. So we will see what is that in detail. Then straight away we will go to the calculation part, working part. So testing for independence of attribute. What is the meaning of independence of attribute? It should have two attributes. As I said, it should have two variables. That is, we are going to select either nominal or ordinal, or both two nominal values or two ordinal values. So depending upon the expected results, we are going to select the data, and we are going to find out is there any association between that. That is for testing this independence of attribute, we want two variables. Goodness of it, that is we have one set of data. We have collected one set of data, so we want to know whether all these data have equal distribution. Okay, so for our research study, we have collected some data. So just to find out whether all these data, all these research data what we have collected, whether it is having equal distribution or not. Just to find out whether it is having equal distribution. What is the meaning of equal distribution? Whether equal means it should have association or it should have relationship. So whether it is having the equal distribution of variables or values or not, we are going to test with the help of the goodness of fit. The next purpose why we are using the chi-square test is it is used for testing the homogeneity. Homogeneity means, for example, if you are buying gems, ball, chocolate, it will have different colors. Or if you are buying some different colors of candies which are there in one box. Okay, so whether there are different colors, whether all the colors are having equally means equal what is it, color, there is a color variation, right? So there is a difference. So what is the difference, or is there any association between two means the different colors? There is no association, right? So like that is what is means to test the homogeneity of the particular variable, we can use this chi-square test. So mainly for the data what we have collected from the different population. See, for this homogeneity, you can take, for example, if the data is collected from the same age group. Suppose if you are finding what is the kids' attitude in eating chocolates. So kids means you're categorizing below 3 years, or what is women's that is health and wellness of women. So like that, any means the same age group or same means occupation, like that, you're finding out a similarity, and you're getting you're analyzing the data. So to find out the homogeneity of the particular variable also, we are using the chi-square test. So what are the main purpose why we are using this chi-square test is, one is testing of independence of attribute, the next one is goodness of it, and to find whether there is homogeneity in the variable, in the values of the variable what we have used. Now we will see what type of data is suitable for this chi-square test. As we have already discussed in the first slide, you people are very thorough with all the data. So the answer was very frequent. So we all know that we are going to use nominal data and ordinal data. Okay, so only for categorical variables, this chi-square test can be applied. So if then you may ask the question, what if whether we can't apply the chi-square test for the ordinal value? So we know that there are different types of tests for the scaling and the ratio analysis. So for that, we will be using the different types of analysis. So main thing what we should remember is we have to use only nominal and ordinal variables for this chi-square analysis. So under descriptive statistics, we are going to categorize what is nominal variable and what is ordinal variable, and we are going to use only that. With these things, if we do the analysis only, we'll get the exact output. So I hope you all know this. There is the variables are divided into these two types. That is categorical variable and the scaling variable. Categorical variable is otherwise known as qualitative, and scaling is known as quantitative. Quantitative, we will get in the exact numbers. Numbers means precise, exact means when you're collecting itself, it will come in the precise values. And categorical variable, we can again subdivide that into two types. One is ordinal and the nominal. And the examples are given here. Ordinal means ordinal variables, for example, satisfaction level of agreement or any type of that attitude we can take. Nominal, any ungrouped category, that is marital status, political party, eye color. So why we are seeing this category is we are going to take only these two variables for the chi-square test analysis. For scaling or quantitative data, we are going to use the other type of test. So we should be very clear that we are going to take this ordinal and nominal variables for the analysis. So what is nominal data? Before reading through the giving you what is nominal data, you will give me the answer, I guess. What is nominal data?
Can only be named but not categorized, like gender.
Yes, can only be. Yes, it cannot. Yes. So it is easily
Named.
we can identify the nominal values. So like a very good example, gender. Okay. What is ordinal variable?
Can be
Something
named
like
and
ranking.
Not like rank. Okay. Preferences. Yes. So here it is means nominal data. We are giving that is nominal values to the particular variable, and the ordinal value, it is a measure, means we are only categorizing and giving. See, if you give the option in the questionnaire, we will be categorizing and giving the ordinal values. Satisfactory level, highly satisfied, neutral, like that. We are only giving the we are giving the order, so it is known as ordinal value. Okay, so we are going to take these two variables only for the analysis. One is nominal and ordinal values. Interval scale, we will not be using it for the chi-square test. So we how we are fixing the hypothesis for this chi-square test, we will see here, and then I'll give you an example. We will work out and see. So here null hypothesis, we are going to fix the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So null hypothesis, as you all know, there will not be any, no relationship or association among the variables. Alternative hypothesis will show that if there is any relationship or association among the variables. Now, how we are going to interpret the result? Okay, if the p-value after giving the after doing the analysis, the result will give you a value. If the value of the analysis is greater than 0.05, then the hypothesis is accepted. Hypothesis is accepted means there is no significant association between the selected variables. So this part I will explain when I'm working out, and when I work out and show you the in the SPSS software itself. When we are working and showing, we will see that how this interpretation should be, this result should be concluded. So if p-value is greater than 0.05, the null hypothesis is accepted, and there is no significant association between the selected variables. If p-value is less than 0.05, the null hypothesis is rejected, and there is a significant relationship between the selected variables. You can just compare the result with the hypothesis which we are giving here. So in the null hypothesis here, we will be giving there is no association between the two variables. In alternative, there is association between the variables, like that we have given. Suppose if the result is coming as the value is 0.03, can anyone of you tell me the answer? Means what will be the conclusion? The p-value is less than 0, means p-value is 0.03. So what conclusion will be writing there?
H0 is rejected, ma'am.
Is rejected. So there is
a significant association.
Relationship. So like that we will be, thank you, ma'am. So like this, we will be coming to the conclusion with the help of the value what we are getting in the result. Okay. I hope you all already know this. We would have discussed in the previous days. So now we will see about one-tailed test and two-tailed test. So one-tailed test, it refers to the significant test where the rejection part or the rejection part appears in only one side. And the two-tailed test, the rejection part is equally distributed among the two sides. So it represents the test parameter is greater or lesser than the critical value when one-tailed test. So when the sample tested falls in the region of rejection, that is either left or the right side, it means it may be left side or it may be right side. Either case may be, but only one side in the one-tailed test. It leads to the acceptance of the alternative hypothesis rather than the null hypothesis. So in the statistical, means when one-tailed test, if left-tailed test, if the rejection part is there in the left side, the hypothesis test carried out is left-tailed test. If the rejection part is there in the right side, then we call it as the right-tailed test. So depending upon the graph itself will show you where is the rejection part. Depending upon that, we can categorize whether it is a left-tailed test or the right-tailed test. But the values itself will tell you, depending upon the population or the parameters, we can tell if it is less than means it is means a left-tailed test. If it is greater than means it is right-tailed test. So critical region, we know that rejection part. So we are only we are finding out the values. So if for 95% up to 95%, suppose if the hypothesis is accepted, in that case 95% the result is correct. So in that case, the rejection part is less. The rejection part is very, very less to the 5% or 0.05%, 0.05. So here, if in one-tailed test, depending upon the rejection part or rejection region, we will come to the conclusion that whether we can, means the data what we have collected is will fit for the one-tailed test or the two-tailed test. So as I said, if the value is, means whatever value we have set, if it is, we can set the value that is between 0.5, between 0.05. So if it is less than 0.05, in that case it is left-tailed test. If it is more than, greater than, in that case it is right-tailed test. So now we will see how we are going to work out the chi-square test in the SPSS software. So we have to go to analyze. In that non-parametric test, means this is for one-tailed test. In that legacy dialogues, we have to go to the chi-square. So we will get the result. We have to run the result simultaneously. We have to select the variables for what are the variables we are going to apply this one-tailed test. We can select the variables and we can get the output in the output sheet, and we can see that based on the values we can decide whether we can choose this or not. Now we will see about the two-tailed test. This is what majority of us will apply, and we will be using this. This two-tailed test is described as a hypothesis test in which the rejection says that whether there is association between the particular variables or not. So first of all, in the first slide itself, I said that this chi-square test is used for the comparison of observed and expected data. So when we are taking the two-tailed test, we can apply, means we can take the, means for example, if you are taking ordinal and nominal value, in that case, if suppose the value is less than 0.05, it shows that the null hypothesis is, if it is greater than, it is accepted, then there is an association. So with that result, with the help with that result, we can come to a conclusion there is an association between these two variables or not. So in this test, the level of significance is bifurcated into 2 equal parts, placing half on each side. So in two-tailed test, we have 2 variables. So the level of significance is divided into divided on both the sides. The rejection part is divided on both the sides. We can see the result of both the variables in the table itself. While working out, I'll explain you. It considers the possibility of both positive and negative effects. So we will see whatever it is, whether it is positive or negative, depending upon the value, we are going to draw the conclusion whether there is an association or there is no association. So it is performed to see whether the estimated parameters is either above or below the assumed parameters. As I said already, we have fixed the parameters. So the extreme values work as the evidence against the null hypothesis. This is the manual formula which we will use for finding out the chi-square test. That is, we will take the observed value and the expected value, and then we will find out the value of the chi-square. This is the diagram which is showing the one-tailed and the two-tailed test. Here in one-tailed test, you can see the rejection part lies on only one side. Here it is distributed on the two sides. So this is the difference. So this is one sample. I'll just show you this, then we will move on to the means table. So it gives you the income and purchase intention of the respondents. Okay, after for time being, I'll stop with this. Later, I'll show you how to enter. Directly, we will enter and then we will do the analysis. I hope you all, whether the screen is visible, sirs?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
SPSS.
SPSS is not visible, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Once again, I'll share. Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. So here, I hope you all would have got this worksheet. Is this available to you all?
Dear participants, we've emailed the data sets to all of you. So we request all of you to kindly check the email. In that, there's a data set called as Day 7 worksheet. Day 7 worksheet, that is what ma'am is using at present.
You all can open your worksheet. I'll be giving you 2-3 more worksheets for you to work and see so that you'll be familiar. Okay, so first I'll work out and show you how we have to work in the this data sheet. So here, this is variable view, this is data view. I hope you all know. If you want the values to be seen, what exactly the result is, you can go to this value view and you can view the answers. Now we have given the values, labels. We have labeled it and we have given the values that I have entered it actually. So it is given there. So now what we can do is we have to go to the analyze, go to descriptive statistics, which is there in the second option. Go to cross tabs. If you click cross tab, okay. Now we have to, you can tell which variable means, or you already said we are going to use categorical variable for this chi-square test. Now you can choose which 2 variables I have to choose for the analysis. Any 2 variables, any volunteers, you can tell which 2 variables we can analyze.
Level.
Which one?
Gender and understanding level.
Gender and understanding level. Okay. So we have selected which should be there in the, which variable should be there in the row, which variable should be there in the column. We have selected. Now we have to go to the statistics. Here we have to, actually it will be unselected. You have to click the option chi-square, give continue. In cells, you need not give any other option, but you want to see both the observed and expected. if you are expecting those values also to be there in one table, then you can select these two options, observed and expected value, both the row and column. You will get all these data in the table, what we are going to get. Okay, so you can select. If you think that, okay, I want only row, I want only column, in that case you can select any one. It is up to you. After selecting that, you can if you want the table, you click the option. Otherwise, you don't want to select the table. If you want a clustered bar chart, then if you give OK, I hope you can see the output sheet also. Whether the output sheet is visible?
No, ma'am, output sheet is not visible. The ma'am has to screen share once again. Stop
Okay, sir,
and then.
I'll share. Okay, this is the output. I think now it is visible, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay, this is the output table which we will get because we have selected cross tab and then chi-square. So this will give you the cross tabulation of, that is comparison of these two variables, that is gender and the understanding level, and it will give you the chi-square table also. So this table, with this table, you can copy this table and paste it in a Word, and you can align it and write the cross tabulation. So how many means male, 13 male, they are agreeing for the means agreeing that the understanding level is low. So like means one female is agreeing that the understanding level is low. So like that, independently you can write it for the cross tab. Now we will come to the chi-square test. Can you see the value here? This 0 point means 0.014. Can you see the value? 0.014. If you could see, you can at least put it in the chat.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So that 0.014 is the chi-square value. So with this value, we are going to write the interpretation. Now, can anyone of you tell me whether the p value means the value of the chi-square is greater than or less than 0.05?
Less than 0.05, ma'am.
0.05. Yes, it is less than 0.05 because it is coming as 0.01. So it is less than 0.05. In that case, whether we will accept, if it is less than, means whether we will accept the hypothesis or reject the hypothesis.
Ma'am, we will reject the null hypothesis.
So if you are rejecting, what is the answer?
There is an significant
association between the gender and the understanding level. Very good. So this value is the chi-square value. With the help of this only, we are going to conclude. This is the p value. So with the help of this only, we are going to write the conclusion. So first thing what we should do is we have to set the hypothesis. We have to fix the hypothesis, null and the alternative hypothesis. Then you have to see the result. We have to apply, means in the spaces we are going to take those two variables and see the result. Always the results will not be the same. So means the expected and the observed value will not be the same. So with the help of the p value, we will be coming to the conclusion. So this bar chart, if it is needed, you can use for your reference. Okay, now one more time, I will do the analysis and show you. So we are going to the analyze. In the toolbar, we are going to analyze. Go to the descriptive statistics. In that, you have to come to the cross tab. So I'm keeping it just for you to make sure that steps. So first go to in the toolbar, go to analyze. The second option is descriptive statistics. In that, to select cross tabs. So now we will select any other two, means any two variables. Any one of you willing to tell which two variables should be analyzed? Any volunteers?
Students' learning ability and
Which one?
students' learning ability.
students' learning ability and
Impact of online class.
impact of online class. Okay. So either you can, this two are nominal actually. So either you can choose two nominal value or ordinal nominal. Either way, it is up to us because we are going to compare the categorical variable. So as usual, we are going to give statistics. The value is already means the column is already clicked. So we are giving whatever is needed. Now I'm giving. So now I'm taking out the option of the table. Previously we saw if we want table, I click the option. Now I'm taking out. I don't want the table for this, so I'm taking it out. So we will get the result. I'll share the output. Yes, here is the table, cross tabulation table. That is students' learning ability. Then they are satisfied or dissatisfied. Then impact of online class on their future. So all those values means for cross tabulation, you can use this table. Now coming to the chi-square value, it is 0.046. Whether the value is more than or less than 0.05.
Ma'am, less than 0.05.
Again, it is less than 0.05, so the result will be the same. So like this, we can do any type of means compare or find out the association between any type of variable. One second. Okay, this is the worksheet. With this, you can work out and see. Now, I will, one second, so sorry. I will give you a set of data. This is a set of data. Right? You can open a new sheet, enter this and show me. I will ask any one of you to share your screen. The following table gives the income. I hope you all are clear with the steps. Whether anybody is having doubt in the steps, or do you want me to show once again? Is there anybody who's having doubt in the steps? If it is clear, you can put it in the chat box as clear or yes. If it is no, you tell no. Once again, I'll repeat the steps because I'm giving you a work means assignment now. Literally, we are going to enter the data and work out and see now. Means we are going to give the categorical variables. We are going to select the variables and we are going to give. So is there any doubt? Shall we proceed? Yes. Thank you. Okay, now, one second. This is the data. So you can open a new sheet. You can enter this data. It will take minimum 2-3 minutes time. So first you enter the data and I will share my screen also. You have to show your result also. The following table gives the income and purchase intention of the respondent. Find whether there is, I have already shared the sheet, but still you personally open a new sheet and enter and see. Association between income and purchase intention. So income, I've given the level and less than 10,000, 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 30,000, 30 to 40, above 40. And this is the output purchase intention we have given. So enter the data, or I will enter and show you. We will means you do share the screen and do the analysis.
We have the data, ma'am.
Yes, that's what I said. We have to enter. You have to personally enter and see. Otherwise, I'll give you one more set of data. Enter and see. Okay. So this is the data which I have already entered, and this is already shared with you. And this is the variable view. I've given the data here, income and the purchase intention. Okay. So income I have taken it as ordinal, and purchase intention I have taken it as nominal, and I have entered the data. I'll show you the values once again in income. 1 is given for less than 10, 2 is given for 10,000 to 20, 3 is given for 20 to 30, and 4 is given for 30 to 40, 5 is given for above 40,000. And here purchase intention, 1 is given for none, 2 for low, 3 for high, 4 for very high, and 5 for certain. This is just for understanding I have given. Now the data are also already entered here. So now can anyone of you tell me the steps how to do the chi-square analysis? For any means only these two variables are there now. Just tell me how to do the analysis. Analyze.
Descriptive statistics.
Hmm.
Crosstabs.
Okay, only these two variables are there. We have to choose only these two variables, but still once again, we can, it is our wish, we can take any variable in the row and column. So as usual, we will take income in the row and the purchase intention in the column. Now, next step, what we should do. In this crosstab statistics, we have to select the chi-square, continue, then cells. If we want both the values, we can select, and if you want the bar chart, we can. I'm sharing the output now.
0.435.
We'll check. It's processing. Okay, once again I'll do. It's 0.435.
0.435.
Yes. One second. Oh. I don't know what happened to the sheet, but I can see the result. Once again, I'll share the result screen. I'll close this. I'm sharing the result output. Something
it's visible,
happened.
ma'am.
It's visible, but I can see the value, but while sharing, it's coming like this. Okay, hope you all got the value. I'll tell you the value what you got. Once again, I'm giving the analysis, and then because for me, I can view it. Okay, are you all getting 0.435?
Yes, ma'am. 435.
Okay, now what is the actual result? Whether it is greater than or less than?
It's greater than 0.05.
It is greater than greater than. So if it is greater than, in that case, null hypothesis. Greater than means null hypothesis is accepted. There is no relationship or association among the variables. Okay, so I will go to the, I'll share the PPT. I'll show you the hypothesis. And then we'll come back to the analysis once again. One more sheet I have for you to work out. So this is the table which I gave you. and output, I don't know what is the issue. It was clear. So this is a hypothesis which we have created. That is null hypothesis. There is no significant association between the income and the purchase intention. Alternative hypothesis, there is a significant association. But now with the help of the result, just draw the conclusion. It is greater than now. So what is the answer? If it is greater than 0.05, p-value is greater than 0.05.
Null hypothesis is accepted.
Null hypothesis is accepted.
Yes.
So there is
no significant.
No significant association among those two variables, that is between income and the purchase intention. Okay. One more example I want you all to work out. Open a new worksheet. All of you, please open a new worksheet. In that new worksheet, you have to compare. Let's take gender, and because that will be easy for you, gender and satisfactory level. Okay, so please type those two variables. I'll ask anybody to share the screen and see now. That is not shared to you. You can give your own values, gender and satisfactory level. So here, along with you, I'm giving gender values. We can give, one can be given for male, two can be given for female. So can anyone of you tell me what type of data means measure it will come for gender? Nominal or ordinal?
Nominal, ma'am.
Okay. Nominal. Then here, satisfaction. So satisfaction, we will give one for dissatisfied, two for, no, one we will give for highly dissatisfied, two we will give for dissatisfied, three for neutral. I'll ask any one of you to share your screen now. Neutral, four for satisfied, five for highly satisfied. So what type of measure will come for this? Can any one of you can give the answer? Satisfactory level, what type of data will means measure we have to take for this? Nominal or ordinal?
Ma'am, ordinal, ma'am.
Okay, ordinal. Now we will go to the data view. You can enter, means we can give 20 data as of now. Okay. You also can enter the data simultaneously. Okay, satisfactory level, we can give hope you all are working out. I'm just randomly giving. Okay, so now after entering, just we will do the analysis. And okay, for this I'm not going to do, I'm going to stop the screen share. I want anyone of you share your screen and just show me what you have entered and how you are going to do the analysis. Lokesh sir, I'm seeing your message. Yes. Can anyone of you share your screen and show what you have entered for this last assignment which I gave you, and you can share and you can do the analysis. Even if you have entered the very few data is also no problem. Please share your screen, or if you are not able to share the screen, you can send a message in the chat. Okay, I'll randomly call out the participants. Any volunteer is there to share the screen? Yes. Lokesh sir, you can share your screen, sir. Disabled. Okay, 1 second, sir. We'll give you the access.
Ma'am, sir can try now.
Yes, sir. Lokesh sir. Yes, sir. Can you do the analysis and show, sir? This, if you want, you can give, or it is optional. It's up to you. Whatever you want to appear in the table, you can select. Yes, sir. Continue, sir. Chart also is optional. Yes, sir. So you have to stop share and share your output. Again, you have to share screen, and you have to show the output. Share the output, sir. Sir, how you share this SPSS? Yes, sir. Yes, it is point for your values. What you have entered, it is 0.210. So it is greater than 0.05. So if it is greater, then it is accepted. There is no association among the variables, and the chart is clearly showing what is the result. So you can copy this table and paste it in the Word and align it accordingly. You can write the conclusion. You can thank you, Lokesh sir. You can stop sharing. Okay, I want any one participants from external participants to share your screen. It will take hardly 1 minute time. Then I'll show you the interpretation, how it should be written. Many were responding from the beginning, so I was so happy that whenever I asked a question, ma'am, I'm done. Sir, suppose NWDA03, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I can share, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your output actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, can you show the analysis part also?
Analysis part, matlab you want the data, ma'am?
Yes.
Sure. No, it's here.
But I think here you have not defined the yes. Okay, it's okay.
It is the third one I've given as normal, ma'am. It is neutral.
Okay, no problem, no problem. It's up to us, no problem. But here you have to give the name. You have not given the define the variable here.
Labels.
That is
yes.
No. Here first you have to give the name. Then you have to expand the means. You can write in detail. Otherwise, variable 1, variable 2, like that it will come. So you should remember what is that variable. That is.
Okay.
because you see the output means here your output table, it was like that only actually, variable 1, variable 2, table also, yes, here variable 1. So that is the reason why I said you have to give the name first, then you have to. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
You can stop share. You can stop your screen share. Yes, thank you. So now I will show you how we have to, once again, I'll share this. How we have to write the interpretation for this chi-square test. So we saw the output table, how it is. So you can means crop it, you have taken, put it in the Word, and you can, once again, you can means align accordingly. So you will get the crosstabs in such a way that is, this is not the not from the worksheet which we have done so far. 3 worksheet is shared with you, 2 we have used, 1 is not, it means we have not touched that. You can use it later for any of the analysis. This is from one of the analysis which was done already. I've taken the table just for you to understand how the data is being interpreted, how to interpret the data. So the monthly income and the position of thermometer in the kitchen is taken. So monthly income is given, means the table will be given like this. So it is showing, I've selected both the option row and column. So income and the thermometer in the kitchen is given. You can see this table also. Now I'm showing you the interpretation for the above cross tabulation. So this above table shows the relationship of income and the position of thermometer in the kitchen. So out of the total number of respondents, here you can see 91.7% of the respondents. So like that, fully in detail, one by one. So one by one, we can take out of that total 91.7% of the respondents are in the income group of below 10,000. You can see the 91.7. I have kept the cursor there. 91.7 are in the income group of below 10,000. You can see the interpretation here. So one by one, you can write it in detail. Out of total is this, in that 91.6% of them are in the income group of below 10,000. In it only 8.3% of them possess. It is here. In it only 8.3% of them possess, and 91.7% does not possess the thermometer. Like that, for each and every income category and the position, you can write it in detail. And at last, as usual, we have to conclude. This analysis concluded that there is a relationship between income and the position of thermometer. Then one recommendation line. So now we will see how to write for the chi-square table. So we saw the output table. Take and paste the output table in the Word or wherever you want. So this is the value, p value. Okay, this is the p value which we have got. So this is the interpretation for that. The above table shows the relationship between the income of the respondents and the position of the thermometer. As per the rejection of the null hypothesis, p-value is less than 0.05. The position of the thermometer is associated with the income of the respondent. Means the hypothesis is rejected. So that is the association between the income and the position of the thermometer. So position of thermometer in the kitchen depends on the income of the respondents. Only high income group of the respondents possess thermometer to measure the temperature of the food. So according to the data what we got, the result and the conclusion, if when you are reading, you will find the appropriate and correct answer. So this is the way how we will interpret the chi-square test. So is there any doubt in the interpretation part or analysis part? Participants, is that clear? If it is clear, you can. If there is any doubt also, you can ask.
No, ma'am, it's clear.
Thank you. Okay. if there is any questions, please ask me. I'll clarify your doubts. There are three sets of data which is shared. The first worksheet is the day 7 worksheet. Second one is the income and the purchase intention. Third one, I gave the means two variables. One more worksheet is shared with you. You can work out and see, and it's very simple. So only thing is, for categorical variables, we are using the chi-square analysis. Do you want me to give one more assignment? Or anybody is willing to share your screen and show the analysis part? Hope one more thing, while entering the data also, you have to give the name and the name, labels and the values. These three things are very, very important while entering the data. So I'll show you that once again, because that is very important for the, while variable view, this name, you all know that it will not accept any other values. So only one word we will give, whatever income of the respondents, that we will give it in the label. So here the name, label and the values, these values and measure, these four things are very, very important in the variable view. Only then we will get the correct output, means in the table how we want. Otherwise each and every values we have to edit it in the word after getting the output. So this name, label of the label, you can give space, and you can, whatever you're entering here, it will come in the table. In the output you can observe. If you would have observed, you could have noticed here, this is just only for analysis. This only in the label, only the label part only will be displayed in the output. And this is also very, very important, the measure what we are giving. So here you're going to use the, sorry, the screen was not shared.
Ma'am, your screen is not shared.
Yes, I'm sharing. Here, can you see now? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here, name, this is very, very important. Label, this label only will be displayed in the output, in the table what we are getting. And measure, this values also, name, label, values, and the measure. These three things, if anything is wrong, then the output what we are getting, for sure it will go wrong. So here, this part, this name part is just for our understanding, for the analysis part. Okay, this only will be displayed in the output, in the table what we are going to take it for the result. And here, measure also we have to give, and most important thing is values of the label. As I think you all know this, in the data view, we can go and see the that is values of the label, whether it is less than. Otherwise, if you don't want this, if you want only the values, you can go for this option and see only the values. While entering the data, this is very important before doing the analysis. This is what I want to share. Any doubt is there? Satisfaction is in scale, not categorical variable. Can we use it for chi-square? See, it depends on how we take actually. Okay, scaling, we will not take it. Quantitative data we will not take. For mainly it is for qualitative data. Hope you got the answer. Is there any other doubt?
Dear participants, if any of you have any further questions, you can unmute yourself and ask ma'am question right now. Ma'am, there was one question that came from a participant. What we did previously was that one-tail test.
Two-tail test, that is, we are taking two variables. In categorical variable, we have taken, if you could see the statistical table itself, it is one is ordinal nominal or nominal nominal, any variable we can take.
Dear participants, do you have any other doubts? If there are no further questions, we can close the session for today. Okay, ma'am, someone
With this
has
quote,
asked.
I will end the session, sir.
Ma'am, there was one more question.
Yes, sir.
Can you give one example for a one-tail test?
Yes, one-tail test. That is, you could have heard about one-tailed, one-sampled t-test. So here, I have shown you the in the theory part itself. I have shown you the steps also. So you can take any one variable, if you want to find out the mean value. You can take the mean value with the help of the p-value. What is the p-value for that mean? You can write the conclusion. One variable we have selecting and we are coming to the conclusion. Here in two-tailed, we are taking two variables.
Okay, I hope that question is clarified. Ma'am, you can continue, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So with this quote, I would like to conclude the session. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it from you. Hope you have got a very good learning and a fruitful session throughout these 7 days. With that, I wish you all the very best and success in your life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And on behalf of the entire organizing team, we wish to extend a bouquet of gratitude to Dr. AJ Excelce, the resource person for this evening, for taking us through a wonderful session on the chi-square test. Thank you, ma'am. And dear participants, with that, we've come to the end of the national workshop on data analytics using SPSS. We have shared the feedback forms with all of you through email. We request all of you to respond to the feedback form. Please provide a feedback for the workshop that we have conducted, so that we would be able to offer more such programs in the future, and we would also be able to improve ourselves if there are any shortcomings from our side. We also wish to inform you that we would take 15 days to process your e-certificates. Once the e-certificates are ready, we would be sharing that through. We would be sharing the instructions to download the e-certificates through email. We request you to please bear with us until then. Certificates would be issued to all the participants who have responded to the feedback form, as well as who have actively participated in the sessions of the workshop. So we request you to bear with us until then. A gentle reminder, we have shared the feedback form for the sessions that we have conducted with all of you. So we request you to kindly respond to the feedback form. So with that note, I wish to propose the vote of thanks. On the onset, I wish to thank the management of Kristu Jayanti College, so providing us with all the necessary resources and supporting all our initiatives in hosting this national level workshop. Next, I would like to extend a bouquet of gratitude to Professor Surendranath Reddy, Head, Department of Management, Professor Ajay Abraham, Coordinator, Department of Management, for motivating us and for encouraging us to take forward this workshop. Thank you, professors. I extend a sincere bouquet of gratitude to all the resource persons who have actively participated for the last 7 days of this national level workshop. Thank you, professors. I also extend a bouquet of gratitude to Professor Madhusudanan R. and Dr. Jisha VG, co-organizers of this national level workshop, for rendering all the support and the guidance which was needed in executing this program. Thank you, professors. Finally, I extend a sincere gratitude to all the participants for actively taking part in this 7 days national level workshop and being active learners and asking your questions and clarifying your questions. We thank you, professors. So with that note, we've come to the end of the workshop for today. We would be sharing the recordings of the workshop with all of you once it is ready after editing. Someone has also requested if we could share the presentations. Sharing of the presentations will be subjected to the discretion of the resource people, because it would be their intellectual property. However, we would be happy to share with you the recordings of all the sessions. So with that note, thank you all. Once again, a gentle reminder, we request all of you to kindly respond to the feedback forms which has been shared in an email. We would be requiring 15 days to process the certificates, and we would, once it is ready, we would be sharing that in an email. We will be sharing the instructions to download the certificates in email. So thank you all. Wishing you all a wonderful evening and a wonderful season of learning ahead. Thank you. Goodbye.
Suku sir, we'll have one screenshot.
Okay, sure, sir. We request all the participants to kindly turn on your cameras so that we could take a screenshot together for documentation. So request all the participants to kindly please turn on your cameras, and once you're ready, please smile so that we could save the screenshot as a memory. Okay, thank you, participants. Thank you so much. So with that, we've come to the end of the session. Ready, sir? Anything more, sir?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So thank you once again. Looking forward for your active participation in the other activities and initiatives of the department. Thank you. Wishing you all a good evening.